Hello, I'm Scott Bogie here with Teague ahead of his upcoming Dana White Contender Series fight against Lerryan Douglas. How you doing today?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. And how has this last year been since the last Contenders fight? You came back to Empire, got the first round knockout, became the featherweight champion, took the fight in Islands, got the unanimous decision victory, and even got a second round knockout in boxing as well. Summarize this last year.
Yeah, just staying busy, getting back to it. Didn't take too much time off. I'm not a guy that sits around and wait. They told me to go get a win, and I went and got two, and even a boxing fight. Because they didn't want me to fight any more MMA fights, so I looked for other ways to fight. So just staying busy, staying active, and 13 days from now, I'll get to fight again in the cage.
Exactly. You just wanted to stay active. How important do you feel like that is for your for development?
Uh, I feel like everybody's different, but for me personally, I just like to fight. I like to fight all the time. It helps me, motivates me to stay in the gym and keep training hard. And when I have a fight coming up and there's another guy training for me, it's easier to get up out of bed and go run early in the morning and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like taking fights all the time benefits me, but I can see other people, spacing their camps in between.
And what do you feel like your strengths are in this fight?
I think my pressure and my cardio, my pace. I'm gonna have to out volume this guy, Douglas. He's a hard hitter. He doesn't throw as many punches as I do, but he hits pretty hard. So a lot of people get caught. I just can't. I just got to pressure in, not get caught, and make them fight my fight.
And do you feel like this fight, this atmosphere just makes it a little bit easier knowing that you have kind of experienced the Contender Series before? You've kind of had a grasp of fighting in the Apex. You've had that fight week atmosphere. You kind of know what you're expecting.
Yeah, honestly, it just felt like any other fight for me when I was out there last season. So I expected just to be another fight. I never care who's in the crowd, whether it's 300 people in Mississippi or Dana White sitting there. So I'm going to fight the same way, and I'm going to try to get it done this time.
And what is it about that last fight that against Kevin that kind of was a bit more tricky?
I wouldn't say anything was more tricky. I feel like I was the first minute of the fight. It was kind of going my way. I was like, okay, I mean, this is just a typical fight for me.
Yeah.
I'm pressuring and I'm getting hit. I'm hitting him a lot, but just caught me good in the body and I couldn't recover. So I went back home, did more core exercises and strengthened the armor a bit. So this time around, I'm ready. I changed up my gym. I got new coaches around me and new people giving me new tools. Like if you watched my last fight against Zellner, I was using things I never used
Yeah.
before. So I got some more tools I'm going to use this fight that people haven't seen out of me yet, and I think it's coming all together. I feel like the loss at the end of the day was probably more beneficial to me because it forced me to branch out and evolve. So even though it was short notice, but I don't like to use that as an excuse or anything because when you shine to show up and fight, you're supposed to win. So I'm looking to get it done this time.
And what did you make of Kevin, even though he didn't have to, he still showed you the support in there when you got called to the Contender Series this time? He went on the Twitter and he called that he wanted to see you get that contract. What did that make you feel?
Yeah, those guys are cool. Like I say, I don't have anything against anybody I fight or like just coming up against Douglas. I don't know him,
Yeah.
he's just another guy. I don't hate nobody, and Kevin and them, I shook their hands and stuff at the weigh-ins and talked to them. They're cool people, and his manager reaches out to me a couple times throughout the year since I fought, and they check up on me, and they're very supportive. So it's just a fight at the end of the day, nothing personal. It's like going to a basketball game, about to play a game of basketball. So this one's a little more a little more hard on the body, but yeah, like I said, they're cool. I respect Kevin a lot, but I do want to fight him again one day, obviously.
So step one, Dana hands that contract. Step two, call out Kevin for a rematch with full training camps?
Nah, I don't think I'll do that, but I think I'll let the UFC, give me who they want to fight, whoever Sean wants me to fight. We'll work our way up to it. I like to get Kevin back when we're ranked and there's more at stake than just some prelim fight.
And obviously, this is September, so we are coming near the end of the year. As long as you are healthy, are you wanting to get back in there before 2026 arrives? Or are you wanting
Definitely, definitely. I want to make my USC debut this year after Dana White Contender Series. I fight all the time, I want to try to be like Kevin Holland and Joshua Van out there, take fights, fight 4 or 5 times a year if I can, if I can stay healthy. Obviously, right now I got a task in front of me in Douglas, so I guess I got to take care of him first, and then we'll go from there. We'll see if I can get out of this fight, pretty early, or not don't take a lot of damage like I did my last fight, and take a whole lot of damage. So I just turned around like a couple weeks later and did some boxing. I'm willing to do the same for the UFC.
not sure what the card is, but get on that first card next weekend?
Next weekend, uh, shoot, if I go out there and knock Douglas out in like 10 seconds, yeah. But I have a feeling Douglas is going to be there to fight, so
Yeah.
I got to get through him.
And obviously, with the Contender Series, it is up and running. Week 3 was just last night. Have you seen any of the Contender Series so far?
I watched week 1 and it was terrible, so I didn't watch. I see like the highlights on like
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff because when the show's going on, I'm training, so I'm not really watching right now. But we did have it up week 1 and stuff. I look over. I'm not really watching, but it's back to back 5 contracts in a row. So I assume that people are now showing up and fighting. But I always show up and fight anyway, so I'm not too worried about the whole who gets a contract and who doesn't right now.
And what would you do to celebrate the contract?
Definitely go get a pizza or something. That's for sure. I've been eating for like 3, 4 months now. So I'm ready to go out there and fight because this is a long camp for me. Normally I only have like 4 or 5 weeks to get ready for a fight. And, I've been just training every day, just thinking about the same guy. I'm ready to get acquainted with him.
And like you said, this has been an extra long camp. What do you feel like has been the advantage of that?
Just more time to get in shape and prepare, I guess. Douglas, he's pretty good. I have to just like I said, he's a big, powerful guy. So honestly, it wasn't like too hard to get ready for him because I fought a lot of guys like Douglas already, and I just gotta go out there and do what I know I can do. And I think the long camp, I don't know if it's beneficial for me. Like I said, I was ready to fight in like 4 weeks of getting the fight. So it's just sitting around waiting and training. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Never had a long camp like this before.
And then obviously you get that contract. The next thing is planning that UFC debut. Is there anyone that you would either like that debut to be against, or any fighters that you are wanting to have matchups against?
I haven't thought about it. I'll think about it definitely after I get the contract. Like I said, I'm easy to work with. The UFC sends me a contract with a name on it, I sign it. So
And obviously, the big discussion nowadays since the UFC Shanghai has been fighter pay. Do you feel like I've been trying to speak about this? It's mostly because of that gap between regional pay and the UFC pay. Because it's so big, do you feel like people are just snapping their hand at the contracts instead of trying to negotiate higher starting wages?
for sure, regional money is not the best. I'm blessed. I make more probably than the average regional fighter with my sponsors and just okay. If you sell tickets regionally, you make money. The fighters know that, but not a lot of fighters. Some fighters, they don't have the backing support like I do, so it's a little bit harder on the regional scene, especially because most of the time, most you get is 1-on-1, regionally. But I've been all right so far for myself, but I definitely the UFC is a big pay jump even for me. So
And how do you feel like it would be being able to fight in Madison Square Gardens? I know they've got a card coming up around December time.
Yeah, I love it. I would love to. I'd be the first fight tonight. I don't care whatever they want, whether it's T-Mobile, Madison Square Garden, or somewhere in Kansas. I guess like it doesn't matter to me where it's at. Like I say, I'll fight the same regardless of the venue, regardless of the crowd size, regardless of the opponent.
Exactly. And what is it, like you're saying that you do like to stay active? What is 2026 plan? Is it do you're going in there with 4 fights? Is that the target or
4 fights minimum is what I'm going to be shooting for next year for sure. But I do want to try to get my UFC debut before the end of this
yeah,
year. So that is the goal currently. Well, the goal currently is to beat Douglas in 13 days, but after that, that's the objective.
exactly. And obviously you have fought with Fury. How does it feel like it has been having their backing? Because obviously they have been able to develop fighters in the cage, but they also do support you guys as you go into the UFC as well as Contender Series. How does it being able to have organizations like that being able to support you on their platform?
Yeah, I only fought for Fury one time, so
Yeah,
I really only had that contact with them that once. But Rich and them, they're cool to me over there and stuff. They don't really talk to me. They talk to my managers and stuff. But um, yeah, I mean, I like Fury. They gave me that big opportunity. Without them, I probably wouldn't be here. I probably might be here this year, but I wouldn't. It'd be a little bit harder. Like I'd have to fight a couple more
yeah.
times versus I beat Lingo once and I fought for him one time and I was on the show. So big ups to them. I like Fury a lot, so I don't mind having the Fury name attached to me when I get in the UFC.
And what's your prediction for this fight?
You know me. I don't really make predictions. I go out there, make it happen. I'm not gonna know what's gonna happen until I'm out there, but somebody's gonna get finished. I feel like just the way I fight, and Douglas, he's gonna try to bomb me out. So I just gotta get him before he gets me.
Well, I had to put it in there. Well, we can't wait to see you get that contract and be able to see you make your debut very shortly. Is there anything you want to add or anyone you wanted to shout out?
Just tune in. You'll get fire the night out of me every time.
Definitely. We can't wait to see you grab that contract. Thank you so much.